Hi, everyone. Welcome back into My Chamber TV. We are the heartbeat of the Tampa Bay community. I'm Barbara Marville Kelly. Thank you so much for joining us today. Today, we're actually featuring Upper Tampa Bay Chamber of Commerce right here in the city of Oldsmar. We're actually on location at Auto Styles on Tampa Road. How do you like this set? How cool is that? Well, we're going to be promoting today the Bay Area Young Professionals. We're featuring Jessica Cleveland, who's back again, right?
Yes,
You were on, what was it, about a year since you were running for mayor?
Gosh, almost 5 years ago.
Has it been that long?
Yeah.
Oh, it's about time.
A long time.
It's about time you came back. And we also have Chris Bohr, who is also going to be talking about the young professionals. I can't wait to hear all about it because I love this group. It's the perfect way to really bridge that gap from the young and the young at heart, if you will. So tell me what's going on.
Sure, absolutely. So the Bay Area Young Professionals is a group that had some great momentum a few years ago, and the bottom line is it's kind of an organic thing that is within the chamber. It's to ensure future generations carry on the traditions of what commerce, I guess it is. And what we try to do is create sort of a base for young professionals to come in, learn, and kind of grow from everything from parliamentary procedure to committee involvement, volunteering, yes please. And it's just a great energistic culture within all of the other chambers. So it's kind of really the angle that we take. Me personally, my role, I'm the 50-year-old guy. Typically, we're looking for about 21 to 40-ish. But
she's 40-ish.
I'm the ish part of that, yeah. I'm the wise old sage because I have a young son. I have a toddler. So most of these folks are looking for business. I'm looking for babysitters. And Jessica has a very, very important role with us. She acts as our secretary to glue it all together. And we're having a great time.
That's
really,
sure.
sure.
I love to hear that.
Yep.
So how do you feel about this? Because at one time it kind of like disbanded, you were saying, but now it's really back like with great gusto?
Yes, what makes our group special is that it's not just one chamber. We're actually 5 chambers. So when we get together and do our events, we're bringing people from Tarpon, Palm Harbor area, Safety Harbor, Upper Tampa Bay, and Dunedin together for events. So we try to do events 2 times per month. We rotate chambers. So one month we may be in Dunedin doing 2 events. Next month we may be in Tampa or Oldsmar, but we usually try to do the events the first Wednesday of the month and usually the 3rd Wednesday of the month, and it rotates. Sometimes it's a breakfast, sometimes it's a lunch, sometimes it's a happy hour event because we want to get as many young professionals that can come. Maybe they can't come to a breakfast, but they
Sure.
can come to an after-hours event.
So that's a wonderful way to bridge that gap because you're promoting businesses, you're promoting the generations. And I think that we all have something to offer, the young at heart,
Sure.
the in-betweens, because my goodness, business is business, and there's so much to know and learn from the younger generation. I mean, I'll be the first one to raise my hand as far as the digital age and the technology. I need to know as much as I possibly can, right? Do you find that with us seniors?
Yes, and it's funny. I mean, really, the younger the kids that people are, I learn. I mean, Chris has
Sure.
I have a toddler. My toddler can navigate a phone better than I can.
Sounds like my grandson. I get that. So as a member of the young professionals, both of you, I'm going to ask both of you this question.
Sure.
There's a lot of us seniors that are still working for whatever reason, by
Sure.
choice or by need or what have you, and we still have some old school ideas that I am noticing are kind of starting to resurface again, and I'm wanting to know what you can pick up from the older generations that are still kicking and still going strong in business and being members of the Chamber of Commerce.
Well, you got to remember, Barbara, this generation's our fault, right? So we built this. We're the ones that made this so easy for them or so complicated or whatever we've done. And I think what they do is they bring grassroots to it all. Again, we use the word organic quite a bit. And at the end of the day, that's the base. That's the foundation.
Yeah.
And truly, it's communication. When you think about business, you think about us being so disconnected and this, that, and the other. It's getting together. It's putting the phones down for a second or even holding them out for a selfie. But you got to get together at least to do that. I'm sure we all get a little bit frustrated over trying to make a simple hotel reservation and making a phone call and going through a phone tree or trying to just do something online. And if you could just talk to somebody, it would be fantastic. And really, that, I think, is the core of what the chambers do as the umbrella, the young professionals underneath. They're listening and they're interacting with the folks that are, let's just call them seasoned professionals, okay? If we're the young professionals, they're the seasoned professionals.
You know, I'm glad to hear you say that, because that has gotten under my skin for so long as I see the disconnects happening week after week, month after month. But now people are waking up to it because they're already living in their own emotional stress prison on a day-to-day basis based on what you just said. To make a simple a reservation at a hotel, right?
Sure.
You're using your phone. Pick up the darn phone and just make the call, whatever happened to. How do you feel about all this, you know?
Well, what's great is that we're bridging the generational gap. I mean, by bringing together young professionals, maybe you may not be a young professional, but maybe you have someone in your organization that is a young professional.
Right.
So you're still getting exposure for your business, but you're trying to groom your young professional to take leadership,
Yes,
and to promote your business. And something as simple as picking up a phone and calling, maybe coming to young professional events, we know someone that works for a hotel that we could say, hey, let's call, so-and-so, because we know that they're great. They come to meetings and they're serious about their business, and let's call them because we know that they'll pick up the phone when we call.
yes, and I love, oh gosh, that's such music to my ears. It really is, to hear that you are going back. And it's very true. If you're a business owner out there, you know someone that's a business owner, you want to check out the chamber, really the Upper Tampa Bay Chamber is the way to go. And check it out, because when you're a member, and I've noticed that we've been doing these chamber shows for almost about 5 years or so, and I myself, because Tampa Bay Multimedia, We Beam TV, we're members of all the chambers that we do these shows for, and I never realized prior to hosting the shows that there was such a connection with the business owners, the members, and the community.
Sure.
It is really a close-knit family. It's not a clique. It's a close-knit family.
Absolutely.
And, I used to hear, I don't want to join the chamber. I did one time, and they never did anything for me. But I'm sure you'll agree that when you join the chamber, it's not just paying your dues and go, okay, I'm going to sit back, bring people to my doors. No, you have to engage yourself, right?
Sure, yeah, it's not a license to do anything. It's an opportunity to do everything.
Yes.
And the
yes.
fact of the matter is, we all go to these fantastic festivals, whether it's in Dunedin for their Mardi Gras or whether it's Oldsmar for the Oktoberfest. Somebody puts that together.
Yes.
Somebody has to do that, and we are the somebodies. And it's fun. We all sacrifice our weekends and dirty up and muddy up shoes, pouring beer from beer wagons and all that. But at the end of the day, it's working, it's living and playing in your backyard and stepping up to do that. And there's a great sense of fulfillment. And oh yeah, by the way, you're going to build relationships. I'm here at Auto Styles. I'm staring at a guy over here that I've known in this community for 45 years. I'm only 50 years old. How many people can say that? That gives you an idea about the tight-knit, group of the business community here in Oldsmar.
Yes.
So where I'm going with all of that is that a lot of people don't know what a chamber is, and the reason that we integrate the young professionals is because they're defining what it's going to be tomorrow.
That's right.
We know what it is today, right, Barbara? We know what that is. We know it's festivals. We know it's fun. We know it's commerce. We know it's getting together and learning and this, that, and the other. What does it look like tomorrow?
Exactly.
And let's just make sure that we don't lose sight of that mothership that is the propellant, if you will, of local commerce. And that's kind of where I'm coming from.
I'll tell you, we are so all on the same page with it. I just had this conversation with a friend of mine the other day about the baby boomer generation being a dying breed. Well, we're all going to do that at some point and leave the planet.
Sure.
But while we're here, and I know that's what my mission is to make a difference and to connect one another. That's why I love doing the shows and having people like you come on, bridging that gap and making sure that you maintain this livelihood of business and commerce and really coming together in a community.
I think it was put best to me at one point that it's not an opportunity so much as it is an obligation, but it's a very opportunistic obligation.
Very good.
So at the end of the day, you are getting involved, and maybe you're just pouring beer at a truck, or maybe you're telling somebody where to park. All of that stuff clicks, and when you need to pick up the phone and say, hey, you know what, Mr. Mayor? Hey, Mr. Chairman of the board, we were working together at an event, and I have a reason to get into your office. Would you please come and see me? Can you just kind of help me and guide me? Those types of things. Somebody like Jessica here, who has really picked up the ball what, 5 years ago, you said you were cranking along, that you were mayor, and what happens with professionals is that life happens to them. They become pregnant professionals, they become married professionals, they become successful professionals, they get busy. And if somebody doesn't stay there to keep rowing the boat, if you will, eventually the boat stops. So Jessica and I are here to make sure that boat gets a little bit more gasoline in the engine, and I think everybody's going to benefit from it. So
I love it.
it's awesome.
I love it.
It's going to be a great year.
I think so too. We just have a couple minutes remaining. Anything else you want to add to the young professionals and how we can recruit and engage you or someone you may know out there that would like to engage in the community of Oldsmar and hook up with the chamber and hook up with the Bay Area professionals, young professionals?
We actually have our next event is the 6 Chamber Mega Mixer, and it's an event that's open to all membership. It's the Bay Area Young Professionals with 6 chambers.
Cool.
So it's open to people of any age that is a chamber member, and even not a chamber member. If you're wanting to come just to learn about the young professionals or learn about the chambers, come see us. It's on April 2nd over at the Safety Harbor Resort and Spa.
Oh, my favorite place.
5:30 to 7:30. It's $10 to attend. And if you need more information, there's information on each of the chamber's websites, or you can go to our Facebook page, Bay Area Young Professionals, and look us up. We have an event on there, but it's open to all membership.
And even if you're not a member, I think that's one of the big things. Listen, the door's open. Come and check us out. If you want to kick the tires, come do it. You'll have a good time. And if you feel like that island in the room and you see me, come on over. I'll make sure you don't feel like an island anymore. But be careful, because before you know it, you're volunteering.
I kind of have that feeling if you
Yes.
talk to either one of these two. But you know what? This 6 chamber, I've been to some of these multi-chamber events.
They're great.
They are great. And it's just a wonderful way to network. Yeah, go kick some tires, but I don't think that's going to last long. But seriously, if you want to get the exposure in the community, join the chamber. Hook up with the Bay Area young professionals, because I think you're going to be happy that you did. We're going to take a break right here on My Chamber TV. We'll be right back after this. Hi, everyone. Welcome back into My Chamber TV. We are the heartbeat of the Tampa Bay community. I'm your host, Barbara Marville Kelly. Thank you so much for joining us. We are featuring the Upper Tampa Bay Chamber of Commerce. We're excited to be here, and we're on location at Auto Styles right on Tampa Road in Oldsmar. This is a great setup, great guests today. We're actually going to interview Deniss Mitchell and Sheila Neisler, both with SCORE, and I can't wait to hear all about this. So whoever wants to go first, I understand you, Deniss, are a certified mentor, and you're actually a massive resource because I know you. I know you.
So.
Yeah, so tell us about it.
Okay, well, SCORE is a resource of the SBA. We have over 10,000 volunteers around the country. We have over 300 offices. And our mission is to work with small business, existing businesses and startup, to help them through the minefield of getting it going and making it successful. And so we have a bunch of mentors that give their free time. They meet with clients. We do it over the internet. We do it over the phone. And we basically serve as a consultant for them for any issues such as HR. What about my books? How do I handle those? How about hiring somebody? What do I do there? How can I be effective in social media marketing as well as regular marketing? Yes.
Regular marketing that I don't think is ever going to go out of style, but this is there are many bridges that you're gapping here, especially for the various generations that we were actually talking about earlier on in how they're doing things today. Some things that never go out of style, like Jerry and I talk about all the time, is building relationships. Is that a major part, almost like the biggest umbrella that you kind of engage in your training?
I think so. The first question we ask is, what's your differentiation, and how are you going to get it out there, and how are you going to develop those relationships? And this is where Sheila comes in. She's a fabulous resource to teach our clients how to do that.
Yes. Tell us. I mean, I know you and have known you for a good while, and I have a very dear friend that you're working with, and I mean, like, you talk about results, whew, it's amazing.
One of the things that I love about SCORE, and especially SCORE of Pinellas County, is that we've got more than 60 different workshops that we provide to the community free of charge. So it's wonderful because you get this group setting of group learning and discussing, working through your problems, and then we have certified mentors that you can take it offline and one-on-one, face-to-face over a cup of coffee to say, this is great information, how do I apply it to my business?
Yes.
So it's kind of the best of both worlds because you get online, offline, but also face-to-face in a group setting. So
Yes.
I think that's one of the unique differentiations of SCORE in Pinellas County, and that we're proud to serve Upper Tampa Bay Chamber by providing that backup, that very foundation as a, somebody that starts a business. Most businesses start with less than, $20,000.
Sure.
And they're growing, and they're basically the core of our community. How do we provide that continuing education so that they can
Yes.
stay state of the art?
Yes, it is. And, when I interviewed Jerry Custin, he's the director of business, manufacturing, and education. And those are three components that I'm feeling that comes right under your umbrella and your wheelhouse.
That's one of the things that's really important. And I think people think of small business owners, they're not, they're small guys. If you take all the small business owners in America and put them together, it's the third largest economy in the world.
That doesn't surprise me.
70% of all new jobs are created by small business owners. We've
Yes.
got to support that. And one of the things that I love with SCORE is we're working with people that make up the community, the diversity, the fabric, the local coffee shop, the
Yes.
local restaurant.
Yes. Yes.
They need that support. We need to engage in them, but also from a SCORE standpoint, we need to educate them
Yes.
so that they can stay in business
Yes.
and build.
And isn't it refreshing? Because I noticed that too. It's like that hometown feel.
Mm-hmm.
It's the saying goes, it takes a village.
Mm-hmm.
It does. We are a village, and it does take everyone that's involved to be able to go into the bank and they know who you are, and like you say, the local coffee shop, and they call you by name. It's just that happy town feel in business and in social and family lives. Now, you do workshops yourself, and I know you have one coming up in April, right? Is it April?
April 12th.
April 12th.
It's at in Ybor City at the Entrepreneurial Collaborative Center.
Okay.
And it's a 2.5-hour workshop that we're basically going to talk about, as Deniss mentioned, why are you in business? Why are you different? Who needs to hear it?
Right.
And how are you telling them?
Right.
So it's going to be a highly interactive, everybody needs to come. I've got lots of worksheets to fill out so that people can start doing their own marketing. You
Yes.
can't sit there and say, oh, we need to be on Facebook or we need to be on Tumblr or Instagram. It's, where are your clients? How are you engaging them?
That's right. Because if your clients aren't those ones that are on Facebook, then
Why are you there?
What are you doing? One of my biggest mantras that I always keep in the very front of my brain and in my heart is, our time is our most valuable commodity. And so we need to really spend that time wisely. That's one of the reasons why we do My Chamber TV here, is to really bring people to you that can help you in your business, or a friend that maybe is in business, and really learn what makes a difference when you're a successful business or maybe not a successful business.
And I think one of the things that I love about the Pinellas County SCORE, like with Deniss, is that we'll look at a problem. Somebody will come to us, and maybe they're a manufacturer, and they're looking to hire somebody.
Sure.
And Deniss, because he's handling the resource group, reaches out to find the right people to solve the problem. And I think that's the perfect match and what makes, I guess, Pinellas County SCORE real different, because they basically look at the problem and find the solution.
Yes, and that's what it's about. Instead of, moaning about the problem, how many people do that? Get to the solution already. It's there in everything, right? Have you ever had one business where you couldn't find a solution for? I don't know if that's a loaded question.
Sometimes the solution is the person shouldn't be in business.
Yeah,
love
we have
it.
to do that.
You know what? I get that. I really get that. That's very interesting. Now, knowing that we've worked together in the past, and some of the questionnaires that you give so that people can really take the time on their business and really focus on who their target market is. Do you find businesses that maybe are in a gray area of pretty much who to hone in on, or do you find that business owners pretty much know who their target market is?
No, they don't. You know, you get the entrepreneur who says, I've got the world's greatest idea. And the question is, who agrees with you? Okay?
I love that.
Other than your wife.
I love that.
Or significant other.
It's just like financing, you know, when you start out a business and you don't have an income stream, the banks don't lend you any money.
Right.
So you have to go to the 3 F's. And you know who they are? Friends, family, and fools.
Oh, dear, that's a good one. I got to write that down. Friends, family, and fools. I love it.
Okay.
Oh, gosh. So when you get started with, say, the small businesses, and my husband and I are very, very supportive of small and family-owned business or what have you, and that's what helps make it grow, right?
Yeah.
So what do you find like maybe some challenges that some of the smaller businesses are having? Is it that jump start? Is it, okay, we have this fabulous place, the doors are open, come on in. What are some of the challenges that you're facing?
I think the main thing that we bring to many of our clients is their understanding of what they're good at. Because if you look at all the disciplines that you have to employ in running a business, I've never met anybody that can do it all, okay? That's why we have accountants. That's why we have lawyers.
Yes.
And they cost money. And so guess what we have? We have accountants and we have lawyers. We develop a list of resources outside of SCORE that we have vetted and will compensate our clients with a discount, with a free consultation, that kind of thing.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
So you have that database right there.
Yeah.
I love that.
And it's an ongoing thing. You know, a lot of people say, okay, well, I'm going to meet with you, find out if it's a good idea. We're actually looking to maintain an ongoing relationship. And I have a client that's a great example. I've been with SCORE for 8 years. And for 8 years, we talk at least once a quarter of what are the latest issues I'm facing and what can we do about it. And if I don't have the bandwidth to help them, we have people in SCORE, including a couple of PhDs, many people with master's degrees, with specialties ranging from engineering to HR, who are in IP as well, intellectual property. That's a big deal today. And they are available to help our clients.
You know, there's a lot to be said for that. And what I'm hearing is that a lot of times people open up their business and they do just try to do it all. And what happens? You dilute yourself, you get burnout sooner rather than later, rather than being in a position to delegate that, and then you help to guide them down that road for who they may need.
Well, I think getting in early as a business starts or as it's growing is to come to SCORE and say, let's bounce some stuff off. This year I'm focusing on encouraging people to use their marketing brains before spending their marketing bucks.
You told me that Saturday when I talked to you.
Well, and the main thing is with the example, I open my business, I open my doors, where is everyone?
Right.
They haven't thought about who needs to be coming in, and they
Right.
spend all their money on like a wonderful website or social media presence when their customers, for the most part, are right down the street.
Yes.
And that's why, being engaged with the Upper Tampa Bay Chamber, you're going to see your customers, you're going to see your prospects.
Yes,
It's
yes.
building a relationship, and the Upper Tampa Bay Chamber provides that environment that it's a safe place.
Yeah. Oh, those are key words as we get ready to wind down the show. We have just barely a minute remaining. Deniss Mitchell and Sheila Neisler with SCORE. If you happen to have a business out there and maybe it's not really doing that well, or you think it might be able to do better, maybe you're getting ready to start a business, or maybe you have a family member, friend, or a colleague that you've worked with in the past, and you just know they want to get started, call these people. I know you're going to be very satisfied. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back. Hi, everyone. Welcome back into My Chamber TV. We're the heartbeat of the community. I'm Barbara Marville Kelly, your host. And today we're featuring the Upper Tampa Bay Chamber of Commerce. And we're excited to be able to do that here. We're on location at Auto Styles right on Tampa Road in Oldsmar. We have Jerry Custin back again, who is the Director of Business Manufacturing and Education, wearing a few hats, right?
Wearing a couple hats.
Yeah, I know. And then we also have Donna Sheehy, who is part of the ambassadors. and is going to be telling us a whole lot about what the ambassadors do to take over and really help, because, I mean, with how many members do you guys have?
455.
455 members with
And we got
this
3
chamber.
staff, and we can't do without our ambassadors, period.
Wow. You mean you can't put your Superman cape on?
Cannot do that.
Can't do it. It won't work here.
No,
Just
you know.
in the comics.
Our statement is big chamber services, small chamber feel.
Yes.
And what we don't want to give up is that small chamber feel. And the 3 of us, and if we're talking about relationship, the 3 of us cannot build those relationships with 455 people.
I can understand that.
And that's why our ambassadors were so selective about that. And that's why our ambassadors are so important to our operation.
That's great. So, Donna, how long have you been part of the ambassadors group?
I'm pretty new as an ambassador.
Okay.
The ambassadors consists of volunteers, other chamber members. There's about 15 ambassadors in the committee.
Uh-huh.
And the industries range from financial services like myself, banking, real estate, travel, securities. And our duties are basically to make new members feel comfortable and to welcome new members. And I remember when I was a first-time member, and I went to the chamber function, and I felt all these people, I'm all by myself. And then the ambassadors started coming up and the members greeted me. And I felt so comfortable. And it makes a difference because instead of being there just 1 year, you're there several years.
Yes.
And you become a family.
Yes.
The other thing that we do as ambassadors is that we help new and existing members learn about marketing opportunities that the chamber offers, such as Chamber TV. And what I'd like to do, Barbara, is welcome, formally as an ambassador, welcome Tampa Bay Media, yourself, and John to the chamber.
Thank you. Yes, it's an honor to be a member. It truly is. And we're excited to be able to offer My Chamber TV, which is an added benefit, to get the message out as we interview every Wednesday of every month. And you guys are great to have us. We're doing it on location now with the Upper Tampa Bay Chamber of Commerce. We're out in the neighborhood. We're bringing the hood to you.
Exactly.
So thank you. And this is our honored plaque. Thank you very, very much. I'm excited. Yes. So what else? So tell us if you have, some different events coming up that, maybe the ambassadors are just, they hone in on, or like a day as an ambassador. Give me like a business owner that just became a member. Just, talk to me on how you go out and help them in different ways.
Well, first of all, we give them a call and we welcome them. We introduce ourselves to them and we ask, how can we help you increase your return on your investment with the chamber? And then when they come to the functions, we greet them. We hand them their plaque. Another instance is we have relationship builder meetings.
Oh, very good.
And and that would be every Friday. And many of them have come to the relationship builder meetings. And to be honest, we've received testimonials about Chamber TV.
Really?
Yes.
What are they saying about us?
Good stuff. All good stuff.
Oh, that's so great.
The first thing that they always do is mention how comfortable you make them feel.
Oh, great.
Yes. Barbara, you have this special gift. Everyone who comes and is on Chamber TV, you make them feel so comfortable.
Oh, thank you.
Tell us more about you.
I don't know what to say. Oh, wait a minute. Who's interviewing here? Who's interviewing who? Well, I've been in television for over 30 years, and I'm retired from the Home Shopping Network. And when John Gaston and Tampa Bay Multimedia gave me a call and said, I have something perfect for you, I said, okay. I'll come. I had to make sure the lighting was good so we all look and sound good, right? That was a prerequisite. But I get probably more satisfaction about making businesses shine and people shine on My Chamber TV because it's not, the only difference is that versus selling a product is it's more engaging and it's in the community that I live in. So I love what I do, and I do what I love. And I guess maybe that comes through. And I remember the first time I was a deer in the headlights when I first went on camera, and it wasn't easy. So now that I have a few years under my belt and those skill sets, I like to give back in the community. I like to be that known voice in the community, because we're down here in Pinellas all the way up to Pasco. We've been up to Hernando interviewing chambers there as well. And it is something different. It's like that niche. And when you're a chamber, when you are a chamber and we're members of the chamber and you use us to get the message out, I think it makes a more well-rounded benefit as a chamber member. It's you know, part of the whole thing. Because video, well, they say, I mean, John and I have been doing video and TV for many, many years, and just as of late, they're jumping on the soapbox talking about how video is the way to get your business out. And there's certain scenarios to do a professional video, which is what we do here on set. I mean, the whole area here is all lit up. John and Rob pack up the gear and bring to the site, right? But what happens when the lights go on, the mics go up, it's all really organic. And that's the way to do a video, whether it's professional like we're doing here, whether it's on your phone. When you're organic, you're coming from the heart and you're sharing what you're talking about, like we do on the chamber, the benefits, the engagement, the building relationships. And that is what really comes across. So that comfort zone that you feel is the whole picture of an organic interview. So that's my story.
There you go. You're sticking to it.
And I'm sticking to it.
You know, when you're saying that, it reminds me of what I used to tell people when they come into the chamber. I call it the cheers chamber, and they say, why? Because what I want to happen is, I don't care how big our events are, when you walk in the door, I want you to feel that everybody knows your name.
Oh, that's it.
And I was got a kick out of Donna, because I would tell people that, you know, you may walk into an event, you'll see a circle. What we do as a staff, and we got our ambassadors doing that too. If a new person comes up and comes to that circle, and that circle goes like this, one of us, if that circle's closing, one of us is on somebody's case.
Oh, very good.
Because what we're watching is that circle's expanding.
Yes.
That circle's not closing, it's expanding.
And that's so important. We had talked in one of our segments about, you know, you just don't join that Chamber of Commerce, but you get involved in the Chamber of Commerce, because I mean, I'm sure we've all heard people say, oh, I joined the chamber. I'm not saying this one or anyone in particular, but they will say, well, I didn't get anything out of it. I didn't get anything for my membership. But if you ask that person if they engaged themselves in the chamber and were out in the neighborhood and getting involved as, you know, in the ambassadors club there, how can anybody say that? But when you get involved and when you commit, what I would probably say is, don't join the chamber if you're not going to get involved. It doesn't make any sense, right?
Well, we actually, I actually have a diagram that I have is basically a pyramid, and the base of the pyramid says return on involvement. And that return on involvement then builds a return on influence. That influence is not only personal, but as our ambassadors get involved in stuff like that, that allows our chamber to be more influential within our community, within our community leaders, with any other kind of stuff. The return on investment comes from that. You don't start off with return on investment. The foundation is a return on involvement, which builds influence. That's when the investment comes.
There you go. There you go.
And the other part that in the testimonial was what a great marketing tool that Chamber TV is. And one of the members had pretty much said that he obtained a copy of it and he was able to place it on his website.
Yes.
Can you give us a little bit more tips on how to use, maximize?
Well, you know, the thing is that marketing is everything. And when you find a different way to market yourself, as I was saying earlier, how important video is, you can purchase this segment. And then if you have someone that does social media for you, you take that segment. If your website is video friendly, you can put it on your website, and then you push it out to social media. The reason why we do that is not everyone is going to sit and watch an entire show. Many do, because we are engaging, at least I like to believe that we are, because we're giving you valuable information for your company, for your family members, where to go to get this fixed, where to go to get education and all that. And it's all through the chamber. When you come on the show, and you can get, it's about 11, 12-minute segment, and you can push that out. You have a better shot at people sitting and watching that. For example, we're here at Auto Styles on Tampa Road, and, well, you can see it's just really beautiful. I know we're engaging with you right now because you're watching this segment. You're going, wow, where are they? That's really cool. We're sitting in the front end of a car. There's no back end. It's all us right here, but it's really cool. And you are responsible for setting up these on-site locations.
Right.
So it's basically a sense of marketing that is not so new, but it's becoming newer to those people that have never done video. And so a lot of times people don't want to do video because they're embarrassed to get in front of a camera. It takes a while to learn those skill sets. But being that I've had a little bit of experience and we do the interview here, we make it so that everyone is comfortable. And that's really, that's really about it. And that's so sweet of you to give testimonials of My Chamber TV. We only have a few seconds remaining, so we're going to have to wrap it up right now.
But I would love to thank you and Jerry and the Chamber for all the marketing tools that you have given us so that we could increase our business exposure.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
And
Thank you,
that's a
Donna.
wrap. So we're going to go ahead, take a break, and we'll see you back in just a few. My Chamber TV. Hi, everyone. Welcome back into My Chamber TV. We are the heartbeat of the Tampa Bay community. I'm Barbara Marville Kelly. I'm your host, and we are featuring the Upper Tampa Bay Chamber of Commerce. We are here in Oldsmar on Tampa Road at Auto Styles. And let me tell you something. This is one classy place to go for your auto needs. And we're interviewing Mr. Frank Sanchez, GM, and I say welcome to the show today.
Thank you very much, Barbara.
It's great to have you with us.
Yeah, thank you guys.
So how long have you been here?
I've been here for about 4.5 years now.
4.5 years.
Yeah.
Right. So you are a real go-getter. We could barely keep you stuck to the chair here today because you've got so much going on. Tell us what you do here at Auto Styles.
Well, here we do customize your vehicles. We do the interiors in your vehicles. We do the carpets, leather interiors, headliners. I mean, anything when it comes to do with the interior of the vehicle. We also do sound, audio, alarm systems. We work on marine. We work on automobiles. We work on golf carts. Work on anything that you have wheels on.
Really?
Yeah, we just don't do any mechanic work.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I don't like, all the grease and everything else. But other than that, we do a lot of tint. Our tint is computer cut. Everything is done professionally here. We do not take any shortcuts when it comes to any of the jobs that we do. We make sure we give it 110% everything we do. And one of our policies is that we are 100% honest with the customer. We are not here to take your money. We are not here to tell you that you're going to get something if you don't need it. We accept any kind of work, whether it's just an advice that you need for your car to get it done, or we can go all out and get your car customized in any way, any leather interior, any color, anything that you want done.
Very, very nice. You know what was music to my ears is how you're not going to tell people to get things done that isn't necessary to get done. And I know that some auto places have had sort of a pretty bad rap for doing that kind of thing. So you pride yourself in that.
We pride ourselves very much on that. We actually, that is, embedded in our core here in Auto Styles. You can speak with any of our reps, any of our sales guy, any of our technicians. We will be more than happy to, guide you in any way that you want, any direction, an affordable direction, obviously, because we're not going to tell you need this when obviously you just need this.
Okay.
So we try to get our customers involved as much as we can, in every installation that we do, whether it's from tint to upholstery to 12 volt. In their boats, in their cars, and anything that we're doing, just because we want to make sure the customer is satisfied.
Yes.
100%
Yes.
with everything we do. If we have to redo jobs, which it happens, we do it. We do it with a smile on our face. We don't We don't say, oh, well, it's going to cost us too much, it's going to, time or whatever. We just make sure it gets it done.
Done.
Yeah, and we also do a lot of mobile work. So if anybody, only thing we don't do mobile is tint. That's because we have an environment here set up that is dust-free in our bay that, our tint comes out 100%. But other than that, 12-volt work, leather interior, we are more than ready to and capable to go to any location and get the job done.
Really? Talk to me about that. Go to any location.
Well, we currently have 2 mobile vehicles that we do work from inside of them. So we have a 12-volt ProMaster, which is, it's been converted to basically a workstation, a workshop inside of it.
Okay.
So everything that we need, it's in there to get any 12-volt job done that we need. And then also we have a box truck, which is also equipped with our sewing machine. It's equipped with steamers, with our work tables, everything that we need to get the leather interior done in any vehicle that we need at the location. So yeah, we're more than ready to take on any job.
Nice, very nice. You triggered a little thought here that we were talking with Jerry Custin and being a member of the chamber. In talking about building relationships. What you've described here is classic for building relationships. We're talking about trust and being honest, being sincere, and putting that forward to let you know that when you come to Auto Styles here on Tampa Road, you're going to get what you pay for, and you're not going to be overcharged or paying for something that you don't need. So I love that concept. Do you know how long you've been a member with the chamber?
We've been a member with the chamber, I believe, just a few months.
Really? So you're
Yes.
brand new.
Yes, we are. We're
Awesome.
brand new.
Okay, so
Yeah.
how has it been working for you? Are you the one that attends the events, or is it the owners?
I attend the events and the owners.
And of course you do,
Yeah.
of course, because we're building relationship
yeah,
here.
exactly.
That was the winning answer.
Yeah.
So tell me, what are the events doing for you?
Well, they're, like you said, there is building relationship with other stores locally. We do not mind if, if we have to purchase something that we've normally been purchasing from another vendor, if there is a local store that we can, do business with, then that actually is what it's all about. It's just really about getting to know all our local members, our local businesses, and just, getting to work and helping each other out, because that's the end of the day, we're part of this community, and we're glad to be here.
This is what we were talking about earlier about being organic in our presentations with My Chamber TV. I mean, everything that's rolling off your tongue is really coming from your heart. And that's what I think people are looking for when they're looking for services, especially when it comes to cars, because there are so many questionable places out there. It's really, you just like put up your guard even before you walk in the door, right? I could
Yes.
feel comfortable coming to you guys just based on your philosophy. Met the owners out
Yes.
here, and it's just a good environment. It really is. Now, how long has Auto Styles been in business?
Auto Styles been in business for 22 years.
22 years, right here in this location?
No, this location, we moved here on October 1st, I believe.
Oh, okay.
Of 2018.
Okay.
We moved here, and we were located at US 19 and State Road 580, right in the corner there.
Okay, uh-huh.
We were there for approximately, I believe, about 15 years.
Mm-hmm.
That is our retail store. We also have other businesses that we've been able to get involved in, which is great. Everything has to do with automobiles. But yeah, we've been here in this location since October. We like it. We have a lot of local members always come in, offering their services that they do, whether it's a mechanic shop around the corner or some kind of food store around that. And we do business with them. We definitely always look out for everybody, not just local members. We look out for everyone. When you do come in, our staff is very educated. We will educate you in any questions that you have, whether you're male or female. I know a lot of females feel a little intimidated to come in and speak with men, especially in this kind of environment. But we make it as comfortable as possible.
Yes.
And we always look at you in the eyes when we're talking to you.
I love him. Don't you just love him? This is you're such a great representation for this company.
Yeah, thank you. I
Really
appreciate
are.
that.
Yeah, well, that's what people want. We're talking about building relationships. I said to Jerry earlier, how did we get away from that? We never should have. business and customer satisfaction, you should never get away from building those relationships
Yes.
because that is who is going to give your business, right?
Yes, that is correct. Customer satisfaction is Auto Styles, that is our goal.
Yes.
Like I mentioned before, it doesn't matter if you come in here with a certain budget and you can't afford this or you can't afford that. I can't afford a lot of stuff that's, that we do here, but we make it happen.
Make it happen.
Yeah, we make it happen. We figure out a way to make the customer or dealership or anybody that, comes into our store, and sometimes they just want to get educated on whatever they're in their future they want to get. We educate them. We give them a fair price, but our prices are not written in stones. So there's always room to, I'm all about the thrill of the negotiation. I love
The thrill of the deal, right?
Yeah, I'm all about the thrill of the deal. Getting, I can meet you there. I can meet you there. Well, the job quality is not going to change. Whether your job started out at this price and now you end up at this price, the quality doesn't change. It's still the same quality. You're still going to get the same warranty, and you're going to get treated just like the person that spent whatever amount of money, after or before you.
Well, that makes a lot of sense. I'm not sure how much time we have left, but I want to make sure that we go through all the services that you do
Yes.
here. And by the way, do you work with insurance companies?
Yes, we work with
Okay.
insurance companies.
Okay, very good. And classic cars?
Classic cars,
Yeah.
yes, we do. We work on a lot of classic cars.
Okay.
They're a little more challenging just because there's a lot of TLC involved, taking care of them, making sure that they don't get, touched or dust or
Yes.
it's just a lot of
Yes.
prepping those cars. But yeah, we work on them and we pride ourselves to work on those.
I want to go back to something. We've got just a couple of minutes remaining, but one thing that has always been a thorn in my side is getting a really good tint job. And I never did it because I didn't know who to go to trust. And you
Yeah.
see these tint jobs and they're like, well, you know what I'm
I've
saying.
seen them, yes.
Okay.
I've seen
So I know-
horrible.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So I'm just honing in on that because it's a personal thing I have about it. How do you make that so perfect without giving your secrets away?
Well, it's basically prep work, like I said.
I see.
It's all about prepping. It's all about not giving up till it comes out perfect. Whether you have to do it once, twice, or 3 times, it's happened.
So you're not going to send that job out there with the bubbles and the this
no,
and the that.
no. Usually the bubbles are free. We don't charge for them.
Okay.
But
Very good. Boy, there's more to come out of you. I'm
Yeah,
so
yeah.
sorry this segment is ending here very soon.
yeah, but I mean, like I said, we have a controlled environment where everything is computer cut. We do have air filters running in our tint departments,
Okay.
and that keeps our job the minimal amount of dust that there is.
Good.
And then again, there's always the prep work that makes it that exceptional, and the quality of film that you're using. Sometimes you go to different places and they'll sell you something that you really are not educated in. What kind of film, what is made out, what does it take to make this film? How long is the warranty? When does it break down? These are all questions that you can ask when you're purchasing a film,
Sure.
That way, if the person is educated on it and is honest, and you can tell, you can
you
talk
can.
to somebody and look at
Absolutely,
their face and
you
tell
can.
if they're being honest with you. And, we'll get it done. We'll get it done the right way.
You will get it done. We only have a few seconds remaining, and I got to tell you, this has been really a great, great interview with you.
Thank you, Barb.
Here at Auto Styles on Tampa Road, you've got to check these guys out. So after being on My Chamber TV, what I have to say to you is, how you doing?
How you doing?
We'll see you back on My Chamber TV. You've got to come down here to Auto Styles and really talk to these people here. You don't have to feel intimidated. Male, female,
Not at
it
all.
does not matter. We'll see you back on My Chamber TV. Thank you, my friend. Hi, everyone. Welcome back into My Chamber TV. We are the heartbeat of the Tampa Bay community. I'm Barbara Marville Kelly. Thanks for joining us. Today, we're actually featuring the Upper Tampa Bay Chamber of Commerce, and we have Jerry Custin with us once again.
Yep.
Always so much to share. Jerry happens to be Director of Business, Manufacturing, and Education. Like, you're switching hats all the time, right?
I have a lot of fun doing that.
I know you do. And how long
know-
have you been doing that?
Oh, I think since 2001, 2002, yeah. So
Really?
Oh, yeah, about 17 years, yeah.
Very, very nice.
Yeah, so it's
well,
all good.
I'm
so
excited.
in that period, I've been that, and then I've been the chamber president, and now I'm this. So I just like to keep involved in the community.
Yeah. Why
Yeah.
is that?
Well, I think it's the work ethic of being my age, and I just like people. So
Aw.
and I like helping communities succeed.
You know what?
Yeah.
That was the right
Yeah.
right answer.
Right.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner for
Yeah,
you, okay?
exactly.
You know, it's really, all kidding aside, it is about being part of a community. It doesn't matter what your age is. We just had the, young professionals on
Right.
and talking about that bridging the gap, and I mean, you're like the icon over at the Upper Tampa Bay Chamber. You really are. And bringing it, I mean, being there that long, I mean, you must be loving it, right?
Well, I do, and it's just a great community, and like I say, we have a lot of complex things going on, a lot of activities and everything else, and I keep telling the board of directors, look, your mission is about one word. Don't forget it. It's relationships, built
Yes.
on trust and integrity.
Yes.
If you don't do that, then everything else you do is smoke and mirrors. So, you can do, but we need to keep all that active. We need to keep all that going. We need to do all that. We need to do all those introductions, need to do all that networking, but it's all about relationships.
Jerry, we have been doing these shows now for a good little while,
Right.
and you have been saying that. Why is it that we are at a place in time today where we need to remind people it's all about
I don't
relationships?
know. We've,
Why? What happened?
to some degree, we've lost respect for each other and human dignity and other kinds of things, but that's a different show. But
That's probably an all-day
yeah,
show.
That's probably an all-day show.
Yeah.
But it is all about relationships when
Yeah.
you get to it. And you got to build them, not destroy them.
You know, that's so true. And we were just talking about the digital age. And, I hate to get up on my soapbox about that all the time. Being a baby boomer, I was just talking to a dear friend. We were saying how the baby boomer was like a dying breed.
Right.
Of course, we're going to leave the planet someday, but it's up to our generation,
Right.
like you say, to keep this relationship concept here to stay, and not through this.
Exactly.
With texting and email.
Exactly.
And I mean, for heaven's sakes, getting back to building relationships, there's nothing like a good old-fashioned handshake. Or remember the days where we didn't even need to do the handshake?
Oh, exactly.
It was like a virtual, over the phone. Yeah, let's do it.
Your word is your bond.
I know.
Yeah.
My friend said, hey, I remember doing a contract on a napkin at a local coffee
exactly.
shop, right?
Exactly.
See?
You get your word's your bond. You say you're going to do it, you're going to do it.
Your word is your bond, exactly.
Yeah.
So, I know you want to talk about Oldsmar Days,
Yep.
which I have attended, and absolutely, you talk about a fun time, a fun weekend. We're talking about food vendors and craft vendors and everything, but you know more about it than I do, so let's go ahead and do
Well,
that next weekend, right? This weekend.
Next weekend, March
Okay.
29th, 30th, and 31st at
Okay.
Ari Olds Park, right on the top of the bay. And like you say, we got food vendors, we got craft vendors, we got a carnival, we got car shows, we got a parade. But the main thing we have is music.
Yes.
What I say about that event is classic cars, classic rock, classic Florida.
Yes.
Okay, it's right on that top of that bay. It's the classic Florida. The classic rock we have coming in Friday. We have Jeff Fatolo and the Quarter Mile Rebels, and they'll be fronting Greg Billings, one of the best bands in the area, and they draw a crowd, a big crowd. Saturday we have Johnny G. Lyons, I believe it is, and they'll be fronting the Stormbringer, who's internationally band. They do some great stuff in there. And in the middle we'll have Radio Crime, so we'll have 3 bands on Saturday, and on Sunday we'll have the Shake Society, which really shakes them up, and they'll be fronting our main act there, and that's Brother Phil and the Black Honkies.
Oh, they get around too,
They
don't
get around too. So,
yes.
so we have the three top bands in the Tampa Bay area with Greg Billings, Stormbringer, and the Black Honkies, and that'll be a great, really a great parade. And of course, Oldsmar Days is named after Ari Olds, and our parade is based on that. And we deal with the Oldsmobile Club of Florida and the Oldsmobile Club of America. So they bring out a lot of classic Oldsmobile cars and convertibles, and we carry around some dignitaries in those. And this year will be special because we have had for the past 8 or 9 years one of our old grandsons who comes, and he brings his original 1918 Rio.
Oh, how fun.
So he'll be carrying our Grand Marshal, which is Lee Spann from Channel 8. So she'll be our parade Grand Marshal, and then We also have the Oldsmobile Club of America president coming with us, and the Antique Oldsmobile Club of America president. So we'll have a lot of dignitaries and a lot of fun, a great parade, and it's a community parade. So we'll have Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts
Great.
and churches, and I think Auto Styles is putting something in. So it's a real nice community parade, and we have a good time.
Oh, I tell you, it really is a good time. I've been there, done it, danced
Yeah.
out there, and just tasted food,
Yeah.
had beer, the whole,
Yeah.
the whole 9 yards. And it's a wonderful family day, isn't it?
Oh, it's a whole family weekend, and
Yeah.
and then we run a contest. We'll run pie eating contests and hot wing challenges.
Oh
and,
dear.
and other kinds of stuff. So it's there's something going every minute.
I
Tell you that.
know.
Yeah.
It's exciting.
It is.
Well, yeah, and give the dates again and tickets.
March 20. No, it's free entry, free admission. Free
I
admission.
knew that.
Yeah. Yeah, free admission for that. So that's really good. We do have a VIP section for the evening,
Uh-huh.
so we that you'll get food and drink and special seating for that. So we do have tickets for that. But other than that, it's free admission. March 29th. That'll be Friday. We run 5 to 11. On Saturday, the 30th, we run 11 to 11. The parade will be at 11 o'clock, by the way. And then on Sunday, we run noon to 6.
Very
So,
good. That's a lot of fun time hours.
A lot of fun time hours.
Mm-hmm.
We'll have the Oldsmobile car show on Saturday. That'll be all day Saturday. And we have a classics car show on Sunday. It'll be on our lawn. so.
That's my husband's weekend, his birthday
yeah.
weekend. I
Oh, is
need
it?
to bring him down there.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
all into cars. Oh, yeah.
We'll have
yeah.
some beauties out there.
Oh yeah, you do. This is really great. Another good reason to be a member of the Upper Tampa Bay Chamber, because you can get involved in this, and it's not, it's the engagement is so great because it's social yet it's business, and everybody gets to know one another. It's like one big happy family in this area.
Well, it's interesting that you say that, because I heard Chris talk about volunteers.
Mm-hmm.
There's just basically 3 of us at the chamber. So how do 3 of us put on something like this?
I don't know.
We can't. We have to have literally, 50, 70. Oktoberfest, we need over 100 volunteers.
Yeah.
For this one, not so much, because we don't put up the big tent. But we'll need 50, 60 volunteers.
Sure.
Close to 800 hours of volunteer hours
Oh
to do
my
this.
goodness. And
Oh,
and
yeah.
it's worth it. It's worth it.
It's-
That's what I'm talking about. It's like one big happy
Yeah,
family.
it is.
So I hope that you take a look at this and go, even if you just get there one day, but really, it's free. All
Yep.
that entertainment,
All
everything,
that
it's
entertainment,
all
all that
for
entertainment.
free.
And right at the top of the bay, where it's absolutely beautiful.
Yes, it is. Oh, it certainly is. All day, it's a beautiful day there. Something else, I think we only have about 3 or 4 minutes remaining, so if you could tell, what else is happening in the community that you mentioned just before the show?
Well, there's a couple things happening. A lot of communities have their basically their elections in the spring. So on the odd years of major elections, so Oldsmar has elected a new city council, and they took seat last night. So that was the last meeting for Oldsmar Mayor Doug Beavis, who had been mayor for 6 years, a couple terms.
I remember.
And Doug is replaced by Eric Seidel, who was a city council member. So once again, you grow your own. Also, we had Dan Saraki, who has been a city council member. He ran for a second term. He ran unopposed, so he got sworn in again. And then we had Eric had vacated his seat to run for mayor, so we had a couple people running for that. And Linda Norris ran that. Linda had previously been a city council member, so she's coming back on, and she has a bent for arts. I'll have to try to get her on the show, because she has a bent for bringing arts into the community.
Oh,
and
wonderful.
things of that nature.
Yeah.
So she's really a good one. And then in the other race, we had a newcomer by the name of Katie Gannon, and she defeated Mayor Jerry Beaverland. And Jerry had first been in Oldsmar politics since 1972, so he is really an icon. And so last night, they had all 4 of those mayors. We had Mayor Beavis, Mayor Seidel, Mayor Beaverland, and Mayor Roniker showed up too.
How about
So,
that?
so we got. So I made them all get together, and we took a picture of 4 of our mayors.
Oh, that's cool.
And
that
that-
is so cool.
And
That's
that
very
was
good.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then we had Linda Norris wanted a picture, because it's one of the first times they've had the majority of city council be women. So she said, "I need a picture of me and Katie, and Gabby McGee is the final city council member." So I said, okay. I said, you got to have a name for your picture. She says, what am I going to name a picture? I said, Eric's Angels.
That's so cute.
So,
Very nice.
so we got some good pictures of Eric's Angels last night.
No, that's so good.
Yeah.
You guys do so much in the community too, and just the creativity. I love doing the shows. Like I said earlier, we're on location at Auto Styles here
Right.
on Tampa Road, and what a fantastic place! And you check them out and see how highly rated they are. And if you need any work done, I mean, you need to really come over here and check it out. I've got my BMW sitting right out there in the parking lot. I think I'm going to talk to these guys. But it's so great to have you with us here for My Chamber TV. Jerry, as always, it's such a pleasure to hear what's happening. Remember, Oldsmar Days starting March 29th from 5 to 11, the entire weekend. The 30th is from 11 to 11, and the 31st is 12 to 6. So I hope that you've enjoyed the show here. We're going to be coming back with our next chamber show the next time, which is, well, let's see, it's the third Monday of every month.
Third Wednesday.
Or third Wednesday, excuse me.
Right.
I do so many shows.
Right at the top of the bay.
At the top of the bay.
There you
And
go.
this is the Upper Tampa Bay Chamber of Commerce. Thanks for joining us.